Thomas, how are you?
Jonathan, I'm doing great. What do we got today?
All right, so I'm not sure if anyone, politics, we don't like to talk too much about politics, but if you followed some of the last Trump, uh, public presses that he's had, a lot of what he's talked about if he's elected president is that he wanted to take away the service tax for like waitresses, waiters,
Mhm.
and those type of businesses. So I want to talk quickly about that and what we think and how that may help the employees and the employer. And is it a positive thing or is it a negative thing?
Well, first off, I think it's a positive thing. It's a win-win for everybody around the table. A win-win for the employees themselves, and that's the way it should be because anybody who has and knows somebody that has been a waiter or waitress, a bartender, you're only getting paid a very, very low hourly rate. It could be $2 an hour, $2.50. It's nothing crazy. So you're depending on working on those tips. And for the employer, it's a good thing as well because they're not going to have to pay certain taxes on that tip money as well too. That a lot of states are incriminating on the business owner, which kind of sucks, in the hospitality industry. But I think it's a win-win, and I think that's something that could be beneficial for even consumers. The
Yeah.
downside of it is especially since COVID happened, the bar business isn't what it used to be, especially in the major metro areas. It's, happy hour really doesn't exist anymore like it used to. Happy hour used to be networking hour, yes, it was a pickup type of thing, but it was a lot of networking because it's business, a lot of suits that when you used to walk into a bar and that, a lot of business, was born from happy hours, believe it or not, relationships and that, so um, it's kind of like, and plus cash. People used to give cash tips. Cash tips today are very rare. Most people just throw it on their credit card, debit card. So it's a little bit different. So, what are your feelings on it, Jonathan?
I tend to think it's going to be a good thing for everyone.
Mhm.
My thinking is that I always try to leave a cash tip if we're doing it that way, just because I think it's easier for everyone. And whatever the bill is, you pay, and whatever the tax is, you just put it on the credit card. But the tip, I try to leave it cash. But most people don't. Most people just have a card. They throw a card down, and they charge a lot of people charge you that service tax or the technology fee is what they call it for using
Yeah.
the credit card. But no, I mean, I think if you can be in control of tipping your waiter or waitress or whatever service business it may be, and
Mhm.
they keep that full amount, like you said, the employer doesn't need to pay those additional fees. They actually don't have to increase the wages that they pay their employees either. So in the end, I think it's going to help everyone because think about it. If a waiter, I'm just going to use a round number. If a waiter was making $20 an hour and
Mhm.
now the business has to get you know taxed more, there's more service charges that they need to pay, so now let's say they have to pay $25 to that employee. Guess what happens to
Mhm.
the food prices have to go up. So in the end,
Mhm.
I think everyone wins if you just make it where and whoever comes in the restaurant, they tip what they feel is appropriate for the service they received. Hopefully it's a good
Mhm.
tip, and the waiter or waitress gets what they deserved, and the employer got what they needed. So I think it's a win-win for everyone. I think it's a good policy if he puts it in there, and I think it would help
Mhm.
a lot of because the waitresses and waiters, not all of them make a lot of money. So I think this is maybe an opportunity to help and save money for the ones that are, let's call it, middle to lower income people. So I think it's good for them.
Yeah. And also, it's a win-win for the economy. And the reason why I say that is, and not to be mean, when people have money in their pocket, they have a hole to burn, meaning they're going to spend it right away. They got cash in hand. And that's the way it is. Most people aren't savers, but it would help the economy and a lot of local economy to happen, especially where they're working. So that's a positive there. So it's money going to be flowing in and out of the local economy there. So, hats off to that.
So let's see what happens over the next few months, and then maybe one day in the future we can see how it does affect everyone, and hopefully it's a positive
Exactly.
thing.
We won't know until it happens, and
Yeah.
that's only if, if Trump gets in, and also if Trump decides to, actually put it down on paper and make it, that's the law. Other than that, hopefully we've given you some creative knowledge on this. We appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. You guys have a great day. Take care.
Everyone.